You haven't started that thing you said you were going to start? What the hell's wrong with you? I've done that, but I needed to have this thing first before I started. And I got to tell you, some of my clients in my coaching industry here, I catch this type of behavior a lot where they all feel they have to have this thing before they get started. I had one client one time say she was waiting for a special scale to come in before she started her diet. You don't need to start a diet after a scale comes in. You can start your diet whenever you want. How about all these people who made New Year's resolutions? Now, I'm not going to knock New Year's resolutions. If you're going to start whenever you want to start, if you want to do the first day of the year, that's common. It's totally fine as long as you actually start it. The point is, you don't have to wait for anything to happen before you start working on yourself. That's what you're doing, working on yourself. You're not working on a machine that helps you. You're working on yourself. I'm a big fan of utilizing tools like those Oura rings, or I use my Garmin watch, which is freaking amazing. Tracks my sleep. I wear it in my sleep. It's fun. I'm a big fan of those. I like having metrics. I know that if you can measure it, you can manage it. So I'm all for it. I'm letting you know you don't have to wait for a Garmin watch or a Hume scale or a body fat measuring tape before you start taking action to do the things it's going to take to lose your weight, to start your business. You don't need to wait for an office space to be available before you start your business. Like, I get it. It's an avoidance tactic. You need to be honest with yourselves here. That's what has to happen. We tend to wait for perfection before we start. It's almost always an avoidance tactic. I know this because I've done this. I have stalled so many times waiting for perfect to happen. And I've said it before, I'll say it again, perfect never happens. There will always be improvements you can make. I mean, look at every single innovation ever made. When it first came out, we're like, wow, it's so amazing. It's never perfect. It was version 1.0, and then they had to upgrade to 2.0. So we are always constantly starting at a 1.0, and you have to have the balls to do something while it's not perfect. So I'm living this example right now in this video because I'm not really great at doing these live streams. This is it's actually my third live stream for socials. The second one on Instagram. I chose to do one on X. I feel like my fans on X are a little bit more engaging. Sorry, Instagram, you guys don't engage with me that much. So I chose to go over to X. I cheated on Instagram. I'm sorry. But I'm sitting here. I'm habit stacking. I'm developing my skills on live feeds, content. I need to learn how to be able to get my ideas out without rambling, which I probably am, and feel comfortable and be authentic at the same time. I noticed while I was doing some of my live videos, I did a webinar last week. I tried to go off of my bullet points I made. I was awkward. I needed to do some work, so I made a pact with myself that I would stream regularly, and I'm doing these lives while I go on my walk and habit stacking, which is better. You guys want the sun in your face? I'll block the sun with my head. So I am developing a new habit by stacking it with a habit I already have, which is the habit I already have is the walk, and the habit I'm developing are these live streams. So I'm not waiting for perfect. I'm not sitting in my house practicing live streams not going live. I'm jumping in. I got to go in and do this. And I know I'm going to make mistakes. I know it's not perfect, but I'm starting. I'm getting it out there first. Oh, you guys are engaging. Hey, friend. I love it. Thank you for engaging. So, this is something I see a lot with clients. They come up with, I call them excuses. And I'm a no-nonsense coach. I will call out your bullshit. I'm nice about it. I just be like, that's kind of bullshit that you're avoiding. What are you avoiding here? People don't believe they're avoiding. They truly believe. No, you don't understand. I have to have it this way before I start. You don't. You start when you start. You got to start. And it can be the smallest action. The smallest action. Are you guys familiar with Lodi, the law of diminishing intent? What it says, it's not a law, guys. It's an observation, but we're going to call it a law because it scares you a little bit more into action. The law of diminishing intent basically says that the longer you wait after you come up with an idea or concept to start taking action, the less likely you are to actually follow through and take that action. So everything ever in the history of this world, even creation, started with a thought, an idea of what they want to have. So you come up with the idea, according to Lodi, the law of diminishing intent, you want to take an action immediately. And that first action can be, we're changing sun here, that first action can be writing it down. But write that down immediately as soon as you come up with that idea. Second action can be fantasizing. What is the grand outcome? I don't care what the second action is, but I'll give you a tip on something that is useful for you. If you know what you want, the true outcome, then work backwards. I want to be making $1 million by January 1st, 2027 with my coaching practice only. My other income, that's great, that's gravy, fine. But for my coaching practice, I want $1 million a year. How am I going to do that? Got to work backwards. In 12 months from now, that's what I want. Where do I have to be in 9 months from now? I need to have my websites up, my courses up. I need to have a couple thousand users on there. Okay, that's my 9-month goal, where I have to be. Where do I have to be 6 months before that? I want to be doing public speaking to get brand awareness. Okay, great. I need to be nurturing the customers I bring in. I need to be promoting my website. Live streaming, hi. Okay, great. That's 6 months. Where do I need to be 3 months from now? I need the website up. I need all my courses up. I need to be posting on social media. I need to be doing customer outreach, doing sales calls, blah, blah, blah. It becomes a lot more real in your mind when you come up with your big outcome and start working backwards. You need to start coming up with ideas as soon as you come up with it. That's Lodi. I promise you, if you take action as soon as you come up with the concept, you'll be more likely to achieve your goals. And don't come up with excuses. If you catch yourself coming up with excuses, be honest with yourself. This is the key. This is why having somebody you trust in your life, a friend, a coworker, a coach, bing, this can help you because you have a blind spot. And if you have someone that you trust, someone that you're paying maybe, to be able to pull those blind spots in front of you and go, you're bullshitting yourself. You're full of shit. I can see this. You can't. We need you to start working on these things. It's extremely helpful. I know 100% that you can do this all on your own, but it is so much easier when you have people who want to support you and see you succeed. Which brings me into, there might be people you need to cut out of your life. There may be people dragging you down. And this is a horrible thing to think about. A lot of people think they have to stay loyal to people who are with them through thick and thin. But what does that with you look like? If they were just dingleberries hanging off and leeching off you, they weren't really with you. They were using you. Sometimes people would prefer having dingleberries around than have nobody. I'm not going to tell you how to live your life. I'm just letting you know that when you surround yourself with people who support you, who really want the best for you, who don't get jealous when you succeed, who love seeing you rise above and shine, those are the people you want in your life. Jim Rohn always said, you are the sum of the 5 people you hang out with. So you're the average of the 5 people you hang out with. So if you're hanging out with lowlives, degenerates, I'll let you decide what that means. You most likely are a lowlife and degenerate. If you're hanging out with amazing human beings who lift each other up, you're going to be an amazing human being. If you want to choose to keep people who are low-life degenerates in your life for the purpose of helping them and helping raise them, that's a beautiful thing. Just don't let it eat at you. Don't let it drain you. Sometimes people with that type of energy seem to suck the soul out of good people. I've seen it. I've been a victim. I've actually been the asshole who sucked the energy out of people. I was a miserable human being in my 20s. It was horrible. I had to develop. The first thing I had to learn was that I was the problem. A lot of those people don't think they're the problem. You know you have those assholes in your life because every problem they have is because somebody else caused it. They're innocent victims. So if you know somebody like that, guarantee they think you caused some problem in their life. They might be friends with you now, but the one time you say no to them, they'll never forget that. You could do 100 things for them, but they'll only key on the one thing you don't do for them. I've had lots of friends like that, and cutting them out of my life was the best thing I could have done. Somebody's asking, what does that mean? I don't know to which part you're asking the question, but you can DM me and I'll answer whatever questions. My DMs are open. You guys can text me at any time. Make sure you take an action today, whatever it is. If you want to start working out, just start working out. You don't need to learn, watch, you want proper form, but you don't need that to start walking on a treadmill or taking a walk around the block or taking your dog out for a walk. You can do one small action right now, today, right after this live, which is going to end in about 1 minute. Take an action. One small action. And small actions done consistently, it's like you can't move a mountain. See that mountain? That's Lone Mountain. If I tried to move that entire mountain, I couldn't do it. But if I sat there and moved one pebble at a time, one little bit, piece by piece, eventually, after a long time, I could move that mountain. There's actually a guy who has the Guinness Book of World Record for eating an airplane. You guys know how he did it? One bite at a time. He'd cut it up and eat it. I don't think he's still alive. I'm sure he got like heavy metal poisoning. It's a weird thing to use as a motivational thing. Eat your airplane, guys. Start doing something. One small step. You'll eventually eat that airplane and move this mountain. That's all for today, guys. I love you. Take action.